Mm-hmm. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh my god. Daddy. I'm a fucking Daddy. Yeah, I'm sorry, baby. Oh my god, I got everywhere. It's like room temperature. I can feel it. That's why I can't feel it, but it's all over my face. Daddy. 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 You're such a good girl. This is why I love you. You're such a good girl. I want to get you high today, girl. Yeah. Yeah. You tell me, girl. I want to party with you all day, Daddy, please. You want to party with Daddy all day? You make Daddy call him to work? Little girl? You gonna make me do that? Yeah, please. Oh, it's a sacrifice. Accept my sacrifice. That's right, baby. Sacrifice for this dick. Give me a valid, tangible display of your love. Daddy. Lot of sacrifice, honey girl. Lot of sacrifice. Yeah. Yeah. You got a winning spirit? You got what it takes? Yeah. We had a quarrel, a lover's spat. That's my girl. Oh, shit. Smack me again, Daddy. Just a little bit, a little sting, a little bite, little red rosy cheeks on my little girl. Just to bring the tears a little bit. A little sting. A little bit around the neck, just a little bit, choking with a little cord. You know? Just a little itty bitty lamb cord around the neck, baby. That's all. Okay. She likes it like that. That's what she taught me, dude. That's what I learned from your little girl. I don't know where she learned that. From her father? Big stack of Spank magazines she had, all on bondage and torture, S&M. I went to her parents' house and I looked at their book collection. It's like How to Raise a Bipolar Daughter and fucking, shit like that. That little girl's a monster. For her life. You know what I'm saying? Did you see that? I made a red M&M, but it's horrifying. That's me. I'm the red M&M that you made. That's fucking me. I'm that red M&M. But it's horrifying. It's got my teeth and it's like screaming at you. That's me. Fucking please, no more. No more? A little fucking hoe bag. Right on the hips. Daddy, stop. Oh, wait. Daddy. There's no help. There's no safe words with the bitch. Just a whole lot of that. Just a whole lot of that on the bright red meal about ass. Pounding that. Putting her socks back on. Getting her clothes. I love you. Daddy loves you. That's all you ever need to know. I would like to bring from the past. I would like to bring back. If I could keep anything from the past, I would like to keep Albert. Albert. I mean, I guess I can't have my band, so I'd like to keep Albert then. Albert was a good friend of mine. Me and Albert, and you had Nick in there too. Nick was a valid member of the band. He was around so long. Most of the shit happened when he was there. I don't know why he's not there in history. It's hard to find. I was hoping he would keep better records. But if you put me, Nick, Ted, and Albert in a room, you would have, and Danny and maybe Mick, not Mick, maybe somebody like that. You'd have the old days and a bunch of bitches. And if you put that was it. That was And the age thing, it's not about age because Albert was 10 years older than me, I think. If I was 19, if I was 20, I guess he was 30. And we did think he was old, but he looked really good. He looked kind of like how I look, but more in shape and more blessed. And he still looks like that. The last time I seen him, it was in 2014, and he talks like I talk. We have that same identical talk. Like if you were to talk, only he's a better speaker. He's got 10. He's got 10 more years on me. Albert was the true Manson, I thought, of our group. I was like Dennis Wilson. I loved Albert. I thought he was going to be the next big thing. I'd always try to shove him in bands again. Because Albert, I would wake. Oh my God, the best time of my life. The best time of my life is when I think back and I was 23 and living on J Street. And Albert lived across the street on J Street, which was fucked up to begin with. But that's where I met him. And my sister had a shop a block down, right on J Street. You'd think that somebody could have, but I was living there illegally. I just went there because it was near to home. You'd think someone would have paid my rent back then. I had to go to welfare. But, and I used to wake up, especially on Saturday morning for some reason. Albert liked to turn up he would have somebody sold him a keyboard amp for vocals, which was a bad idea because it was so loud. And he would be in Danny's old apartment from the Curvettes because Danny used to live there on the same street. This is a tiny street. It's the size of a block. You can see down. It was like Bensonhurst on the Honeymooners. You could stick your head out the window and see Albert, Danny, or my sister. I'd be like, I'll be right down. It was like that. And it was all by weird coincidence, I guess. But then Danny moved in, or Danny moved out, and Albert moved in. That was another time. Albert lived on both sides of the street, so did I. But in any event, you'd wake up on Saturday morning, you'd hear Albert with the Alesis SR16 drum machine through a 200-watt PV keyboard amp. And he'd be in there with his Gibson guitar and SM58 microphone hooked up to the drum machine and amp, making up songs on the spot. And he used to record these big, long tapes of him and that's what we used to do. What did you do today? I went to AA. I came home, I wrote an album. My girlfriend got out of school because Albert dated a 14-year-old girl. He was my hero. I fucking love Albert. I still want to be him. We're like brothers. We were very close. We're still very close to the day I die. And I thought that was the rock star. And he used to tell me, he was from Syracuse, New York, but he used to tell me, I lived your life, man. I smoked coke. I did it all. But he used to also be really encouraging. He used to tell me how great I was and shit. And he used to call me the kid because back then I was the kid. So if I'm this age, Albert's got to be still pretty young. It's only 10 years. It's only 10 years. But he's just a blessed motherfucker. And all the stories I got, I felt for Albert because he was living very tight then. He helped me into the system of SSI. He helped me with my first doctor, which introduced me to a whole panoply of other doctors. Yeah. I can go on forever about him. If my back was to the wall, Albert would always be there. You know what I mean? I don't really have feelings for anything in the past. He was one of them. Him, Ted, Nick, them guys. I can go on forever about those days. We didn't belong there, but there was nowhere else to. Oh, man, it was just, I can go on forever. It was different times, man.